Oh man, I guess we started last week, last Tuesday, as far as camp, and just finished six practice. Last couple of days been in shells. Tomorrow we'll get our first day in full pads, and we'll have mix in a little bit of live tomorrow, some short yards and goal line. Kind of been getting a lot of our situational work done these first couple of days in pads as we get them ready to scrimmage on Saturday, but. Just grinding through camp. Guys have shown up. Really, of the 6 days, probably only one that I feel like we didn't really bring it like I wanted us. But other than that, they've come out and competed each and every day. So still just a lot to do, a lot to improve on. But they're putting the work in.
Gabe wanted to make another physical jump. The weight he's been on this last 2 months or so that he weighed in at, I think it was 210.
Yep.
How do you see that translating?
I mean, I think that's to be determined. We got to go. We're not going to tackle him in football in fall camp practice. So, I definitely think he's bigger, stronger, and all that stuff. He's obviously, he's just more experienced and just has more confidence to him out there. But I think that part of the game will be more as he plays the season, and I think that'll show up a little bit more. Hopefully, maybe whether it's finishing, with the ball and not getting the ball knocked out, or maybe breaking some tackles or pulling away. Those are the type of things I think where you see, hopefully some of his strength show up as opposed to where he was last year at this time.
Still good health-wise?
Yeah, we've got a few guys just getting banged up here or there, but just kind of part of camp. It's always going to be the case. We've got just guy here, guy there, but for the most part, still pretty good shape.
How's the competition at corner with Jaden and Shelton, and just Jaden sort of getting in that?
It's good. He's made a couple of really nice plays, but they're all competing. It's a good group all across the board, top to bottom. I like the group, like the young guys that have joined us. That's a really good group of young talent, rolling in here. Nice to get. Obviously, Tavoy was out there this spring, but now you got Gibson out there. He wasn't able to go this spring, and then Ashton coming in here. He's a guy that you notice every day as well. So that's 3 new guys that are in the mix to go along with those other guys. So it's a good competitive group. Strozier was another guy that wasn't able to do some things in the spring that now is getting back out there. So we like the personnel we have.
What stands out about Corey so far?
He's still getting his confidence, but just his size and his ability to run. He can really. He's athletic. He's a very conscientious kid. He's tough. He understands the game. So I think the biggest thing is just him. It's been since last year at this time since he was playing football. So he got hurt early last year. So he just really getting his confidence where he can really trust it and go cut it loose. But there's a lot to like about him for sure.
Last week you said you couldn't wait to get your hands on TJ. What have you seen him through the first week or so?
Yeah, he's natural. He's a natural like I hoped he would be. He's got a lot to learn. It's a lot. It's a bunch of installation, 6 days of installation. So, but he's everything you want. He's just a natural when it comes to ball skills and things like that. But, he's got a lot on his plate right now, from a learning standpoint. But he's competes every day, and we just got to keep bringing him along, and I'll be excited to see him, get some live work this weekend. But, he's progressing. He's got a good group of guys out there. And mentally, I think he's getting better and better every day. Again, it's a lot. It's a lot on him, and it's the first time. And it's not like spring where it's every other day and installation. So it's every single day. And so, we're kind of keeping him in one spot right now, but he's exactly what we hoped he'd be. He's got great skills. He's got good change of direction, and he's just a great kid, man. I love his demeanor. I love his. Just his makeup, He's got a good head on his shoulders. He's got good self-awareness. He's just a low maintenance kid, man, that loves to play ball.
Bryant is he kind of followed up where he was in the spring.
Yeah, he's just further along. I mean, again, he's on his third round of installation, so this is the third time, and he's about 12 pounds bigger, stronger, and he's had a solid few days. There's been a few balls I'd like to see him be a little more consistent on some balls that we need him to finish on, but he's the same thing, just another great kid that just loves to play, and he's coachable. We got us two good young ones right there, man. But yeah, Wesco for sure is. I mean, he could go play today. He's got that type of understanding. Like, he knows what to do. He doesn't bust assignments and things like that. I mean, he's a locked in kid. But again, he's been here since January.
Coach, when you guys head over to Jervey Meadows, what's the different feel that you like to emphasize heading over there versus in the practice facility?
Well, it's just first of all, there's no shade, there's no buildings. You just out in the open. It's exposed. It's hot as crap. It's not perfect. Just a little different mentality that you have to bring over there. And I think that's just a good part of camp. So just kind of. We've been here since last Tuesday, so it just kind of changes the scenery a little bit, challenges them. First day of full pads, first day a little bit of a live work. We'll do some live goal line and short yarders tomorrow. So just changes it up, and then we'll end up flipping practice on Friday. Thursday will be the way we've structured it. We're not going to be on the field more than 3 days in a row, so we've kind of tweaked that a little bit. So Thursday will be all meetings, and then we'll actually we'll take them out. I think that we'll go out to the lake Thursday afternoon, and then we'll come back and we'll have meetings again Thursday night. So it's still a full camp day, but we won't be on the field. And then we'll flip the camp on Friday. That's another change. So we'll flip to morning practice. It's another change. It's all part of how we get them ready as well. And then we'll get into some double days. Now, we still got one more day. Tomorrow is the 7th day of the acclimatization period. So it's all kind of, part of our structure and how we do it. And then, like I said, we'll get into our first double day on Friday, true double day, and then Saturday scrimmage. Sunday is their off day, but we can still meet. So we'll have a couple hours of meetings, and then we'll have another big week, double day on Monday, with a situational type day. We'll go back to the stadium on Monday, and then Tuesday another tough practice, and then they'll have an off day on Wednesday, and then we'll kind of crank back up and getting ready for our last scrimmage. I mean, it's going to go fast, so you get 25 practices, so we got to be smart in how we get ready, and so far in a good spot, but just all part of camp. And then when we come back, we'll basically break camp. That Saturday, the whatever day that is, 17th, that'll be an off day. We'll come back on Sunday, the 18th, and that'll be kind of where we go game prep. So that you have 2 weeks of true game prep. So, and then we'll be back. We'll come back over here. So another added part of it, I don't remember who asked me the question. Another added part of it is, by the time we do get back here, our fields are in great shape. And you kind of manage your fields a little bit through camp, take a little bit of strain, a little bit of stress off of them. So it's all part of how we get ready.
Is there anybody, just looking at the physical or just development in terms of them, progressing through the offseason that has really flashed to you in terms of making the biggest jump?
It's just too early. I mean, we just got, it's all FUD right now. I mean, there's a lot of guys that I could give you but right now it's just too early to really single anybody out, other than guys that you'd expect, to be right where they need to be, like a Wood has, guys like that not really a surprise to anybody. But we got some other guys, but, we got a ways to go before we hand out any sugar.
You mentioned Messina kind of flashed in the spring earlier on. How has he looked so far this summer?
It's been good. He's had a couple of really good days in a row. Made a couple of really nice throws today, a couple of really very accurate deep balls. I was really, pleased. I mean, like I said, he's had 2 really good days. So just got to keep going, all of them. I mean, I'm pleased with all those guys. I mean, they're, doing a nice job. Paul's getting, his work where he needs to get his work, so he'd be ready for us as our fourth guy if needed. But, a ton of reps going to those first three guys, and they all are very, very functional in what we need them to do. So I like their attitude and demeanors. They're coming to work every day.
Give an update on Ian Reed, just how his progress.
Yeah, I mean he's working with our twos right now at tackle. He's not where he needs to be. I mean, he's a kid that missed. He was in the hospital for a month last year. So he missed basically all last year and was very limited. But I will say this about Ian. Ian is a very committed kid. He's super talented. He's got all the tools. Big, he's strong. He's a good athlete, but he just hadn't played football, in a while. I mean, he's healthy, and so he just keeps showing up every day. But what I like, he really believes in himself, and that's, if you got that and you have talent, the rest will come for you. But still a little fast for him. But he's a guy that we just keep bringing that water every day. Just keep pouring it on him, and hopefully one of these days good stuff will happen.
How has Harris Sewell done sort of a pre-snap diagnosing and making the calls?
It's good. Getting better and better every day. He's working guard and center and got good competition right there. That's going to be a good battle. We're getting some good depth. I really feel good about our three centers right there. And then, but he gets better and better. And now that this spring was the first time that he really had to do that. And now as we go through camp, and it's every single day, and you're seeing a lot of looks, and you're making a lot of calls and stuff. And he's really gotten better with his snaps. I mean, he's just been because I don't even notice him. And honestly, last spring it was just the first 2 or 3 days that I noticed him, because he just wasn't as consistent with his snaps. And then he really kind of picked it up. But I haven't really, all of them. I mean, our snaps have been, in 6 days, we've been incredibly consistent, regardless who was in there. So that part's been good. We've had no real exchange issues. But Harris is a smart kid, knows ball, and he'll be fine where we put him.
Closer this year, more connected. Do you feel that, and what do you think might be the reason for them feeling that way?
Well, I think how we finished last year and what they went through got a lot of guys back, and I think we all get shaped by what we go through, and there's a bunch of kids on this team that finished well last year. I think they carried that into the offseason. And I think there's just really good leadership, a lot of experienced guys that have really taken upon themselves to lead. And so it's definitely a close team for sure. And that's how we've won around here. Having a group of guys that will line up and play together, and you got a chance to do a lot when you play together. Everybody, one heartbeat. With a singleness of purpose, and these guys have bought into that, and we'll hopefully when the season's all said and done, we'll be able to look back and say, yeah, that was that close team. That was a difference for us.